Welcome back for another episode of Shut Up and Do It Yourself. Today we're removing the fuel tank from a 94 Jeep Grand Cherokee. So the first thing you'll want to do is you'll open up the gas cap, fuel door, whatever. You'll want to remove this cover, and then once you do that, there's 4 bolts right there. You got to pull this plastic flap out. There's a plastic flap right here. I already took it out, and you'll be able to see the fuel lines, the fill line and the vent line. They're both attached. So this was in there. It's a flathead in this. If someone's already messed with it, it'd probably be something else. But yeah, flathead. And then if these lines are dried out, they're kind of a pain to get off. I got some channel locks and sprayed some PB Blaster on them, and then just kind of like tilt it. Once I had it gripped on, tilt it one way, and then release them, and then tilt it the other way, and just keep on like walking it off. So that's the first thing you got to do. And then the next thing, you got to get under it. And if your Jeep's stock like this one, you're gonna have to lift it up. I got the jack right there, and there's actually only 2 bolts holding this thing on, holding the strap around the gas tank. So you gotta undo that, which is a pretty long one, and then you got another one right there. And then you can see there's the fuel filter right there and the fuel line, and there should be enough slack. If it's not on a lift, you can just drop the fuel tank. But I mean, once you undo these straps, if it's got a full tank like I think this one does, it's going to be very heavy. So if you can try and like drain some of it out, it does have some kind of anti-theft mechanism in it, or like you can't just put a line down. I've done this in another Jeep, and like pump it out. So it's kind of difficult. I've usually just dropped it with the fuel in it and just tried my best to not let it like slam on the ground and crack, because these tanks are not that strong. I've broken a lot of them, and it's getting harder and harder to find replacements because of how old these Jeeps are. But back to the point. So those 2 bolts come out, and then it releases these straps. You can see the strap goes all the way around, and then the fuel tank is going to drop at that point. And once I get to that point, I'm going to continue the video. But yeah, just be careful whenever you're doing this. I've been letting this soak with PB Blaster, because these have been sitting for about fucking 20 years, 30 years now, untouched. But I mean, they're not that bad. Hopefully it'll come off pretty easy.